What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is a quick Nootropics clip. Every shred of information we put on this channel is brought to you by a couple Nootropic products. Number one, we have a Nootropic stack. It is called Cortex. Powerful pre-made stack. Couple options. You could buy it for $33 outright on the website. You could buy it for $28 if you want a discount. Use the coupon code 5. Or you could get a bottle for $25. You just got to buy two. That is called the Cortex Double Stack, and you can buy that at livecortex.com. If you need my help personally in anything related to nootropics, we have a Nootropics consulting program. The simplest one is a 40-minute call with me, 15 follow-up email correspondences. That is $55 right now, going up to $69.99 by the end of the week. If you need longer, more comprehensive work, we have a 6-call package, and we also have a 6-month package. If you're new to nootropics, buy Smarter, Better, Faster, digital book we wrote for you if you're new, or the Nootropic Starter Pack, which is Smarter, Better, Faster, plus a bottle of our stack Cortex. And if you actually want to feel masculine, have strong libido, have strong sex drive, be attractive to women, crazy things like your beard grows faster, actually boost your testosterone, we have a testosterone protocol. It's called the Viking Testosterone Protocol. I doubled my testosterone with it. We're working with other people doing the same thing. It actually does work. Think about me and how scientific I think about this and how linear I am with getting results. We can boost your test. Buy it at livecortex.com. You got to do that now if you've been thinking about it. Just lower the price to $185. All right. So, I was talking to a guy pretty recently, a consulting client of ours, who felt this extremely awesome feeling the first time we got him on a stack that actually worked. He'd been experimenting with modafinil and a few other things from my guidance, and he got some pretty good results, but we eventually got essentially a pretty simple aniracetam stack for him to take, and it just turns out that what he really needed was to be able to improve memory IO, and then a little bit of stimulation and motivation, which is what aniracetam does. So this like acceleration of hippocampal acetylcholine release, which is one of the things that aniracetam does, and then the kind of exciting of AMPA receptors and the allosteric modulation of those receptors put him in a place where he's like, dude, I had such good brain performance, I don't want to go back to how I felt before this. And that's the major point I want to get across. So when you take nootropics and you find good stacks that work, you reach an echelon, and I've reached this like so many times throughout my tenure. It actually keeps going like this. You're like, oh, now I have this new level of brain performance. I totally don't ever want to go back to where I was before, and I want to feel like this all the time. But you can't, because nootropics are not something you can take every day. You know, it's not like caffeine in that regard. If you want to get the best results, you have to cycle off, and you have to have a cycle strategy. So in order to avoid that feeling, there are other things you can do that are kind of not really nootropic-like, but that you have to focus on while you cycle off to get good performance. One of your goals in taking nootropics is to parallel your nootropics usage and the brain state that you get from nootropics usage with other natural compounds, maybe vitamin supplements and other things that you do to get pretty similar results. Nothing is quite going to be like 200 milligrams of modafinil. We all know that. Nothing quite is going to be like a trio racetam stack with some theacrine. We know that, right? But you can get pretty close with other compounds. And I want to list 5 things that I do when I'm cycling off of nootropics to keep me in a place where I'm like, okay, I've achieved pretty much the brain state that I can achieve with certain nootropics, so I can feel comfortable cycling off. Here they are. Number 1, obviously caffeine, but the major thing for people that take nootropics and get a good benefit, especially like stimulant racetams like phenylpiracetam, is you have to drink espresso. If you can drink espresso, somewhere around 200 or so milligrams of caffeine, maybe throw 200 milligrams of theanine in there, you'll get a pretty good brain function. But you got to kind of do all this. Here's kind of number 2. This is all the stuff that I do together on days when I cycle off. Number 2 is microdosing yohimbine. Okay, yohimbine is a stimulant. It is a noradrenaline and adrenaline stimulant. It basically raises those catecholamines. I don't believe it has any effect on dopamine, but it's very, very wakefulness promoting. But the best way to take it is not in like 5 milligrams, which is kind of like a regular dose. If you can get yohimbine powder, then the best way to take it is like 1 to 2 milligrams, because that stuff's so strong. If you've got your espresso in there and you got 1 to 2 milligrams of yohimbine in there, you're going to feel pretty good. Number 3 is a B complex and fish oil. B complex, it's a nootropic in and of itself. So regulatory of neurotransmitters, so energy inducing. I mean, it helps so many things. Like it'll help the production of adrenal hormones and the maintenance of adrenal functioning. So you don't have any background adrenal fatigue as a result of adrenal hormone output deficiency. B complex is critical. You gotta stack that with like 4 grams of fish oil. This is my protocol for having good brain function when I'm cycling off. Fish oil is like brain fluidity inducer. You gotta have that going when you're trying to cycle off and get the, get kind of a nootropic effect. Number 4, what I do is take 200 milligrams of alpha lipoic acid, brain glutathione booster, brain antioxidant, very, very powerful, mind clearing and head clearing compound. Kind of just like clears gunk out of your mind. And that is just another thing that contributes during this time cycling off of nootropics that allows you to feel good. Number 5, major one, we've been talking a lot about it, we launched a program on it, is testosterone. If you were a guy and you are cycling off nootropics, the number one thing you want to ongoingly do so that when you cycle off nootropics you actually feel good and motivated is have your testosterone at high levels. It's just such a critically important thing. After 30 it starts to decline. You can work out too hard and not rest adequately and it will decline. In some cases, I actually believe that even if you rest adequately, really, really heavy workouts that some folks think raise testosterone will eventually chip away your testosterone. That's one of the things in the Viking testosterone protocol that we talk about. It's actually part of the protocol is those kind of hacks. It's replenishing potentially chipped away testosterone after very, very heavy workouts, meaning taking androgenic herbs the moment you get home from your workout. Very important hack, but test is critical for motivation, for mental energy, for drive, for passion, for you being a man, and for you feeling good. Okay, so caffeine, espresso particularly, microdosing yohimbine, a B complex and fish oil. Can't tell you how important that is. Alpha lipoic acid, if you dose it in the right dose for you, will clear your brain. And then you got to have high testosterone. Those 5 things will get you to a point where when you cycle off, you're like, oh, I actually do have an echelon of brain performance I can put up with. It's not like, oh man, it's so substantially lower than where I am when I take nootropics. And you have to understand that you cannot get hooked on that ultra limitless feeling. You've got to do some other things. You got to step back a little bit and you have to be able to make your baseline pretty optimal. And these are the top 5 things that work for me. Okay. Hope that's been helpful. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Remember, Cortex Stack, $33 at the website if you want to support us outright. If you want to save some money, use the coupon code 5, F-I-V-E. That'll take it down to $28. If you want to buy a bottle for $25, you can. That's the cheapest you can buy a bottle of the Cortex Nootropic Stack. Just got to buy 2. That's the Cortex Double Stack. Buy that at livecortex.com if you want a stack that actually works. If you want consulting with me on nootropics, we do custom stack formulation. We just help people stop treading water, give them good stacks that work with them to dial them in. Buy the consult package. The one call package is $55 right now, going back up to $69.99 by the end of the week. And if you need more comprehensive work, we have a 6 call package, and then we have a 6-month package. That's for like people that really need lots of work with nootropics. If you're new to nootropics, again, Smarter, Better, Faster. It's a digital book we wrote to teach you everything when you're new, or the Nootropic Starter Pack, that's Smarter, Better, Faster plus Cortex. Lastly, talking about testosterone. If you actually want to get results in boosting testosterone, I know how to do it. Get the Viking Testosterone Protocol. It is a protocol for boosting testosterone, mainly by a bunch of different testosterone hacks that no one really talks about. I mean, crazy things like icing your balls. Russian powerlifters do that to boost testosterone. Replenishing testosterone post-workout if you're working out a lot, and a whole bunch of other things on top of the most powerful androgenic herbs taken in the right quantity, taken together synergistically to actually induce steroidal enzyme testosterone production in the testes. Very, very critical stuff. Get the Viking Testosterone Protocol at livecortex.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.